Hello and welcome to the Eduonics course, Projects in React.JS. So React.JS is a JavaScript library for creating dynamic user interfaces. React is often described as the V in MVC, which stands for a Model View Controller. React is component-based and it can hold state data and properties on the component level. It also works very well with architectures like Flux and Redux. React uses something called a virtual DOM, which is a lightweight, faster version of the browser's document object model, and it only includes the things that it needs. Okay, and when a component is re-rendered, the virtual DOM is updated instead of the entire application, which of course makes it much faster. React can be rendered on either the client or the server, and it's independent from other parts of the application. This makes it possible to use React with just about any other technology, other frameworks, different types of databases, APIs, and so on. And React manages only the user interface components. So a little bit about myself. I've had about 12 years or so experience as a web developer and programmer, about 4 to 5 years creating and teaching courses like this one. I specialize in JavaScript technologies and also PHP server-side development, and I have dozens of courses available at eduonics.com if you're interested. So, course description, we'll be building 10 small projects, 10 applications using React.JS along with some other technologies and different web APIs. Alright, so 10 sections and projects. Each section will have 5 to 7 lectures and a short quiz. Each lecture will have one video along with any project files that goes with that section. So what you should know before taking this course, you should definitely know HTML and CSS, at least some basic JavaScript, basic programming fundamentals, things like variables, arrays, if statements, things like that. Node.js and NPM are definitely helpful for you to know, but definitely not needed. So some of the different technologies and APIs we'll be working with, obviously HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React.JS. We'll do a little with jQuery, Twitter Bootstrap, MUI CSS, which is another CSS framework, Firebase, which is a NoSQL database. D3 is a JavaScript library for working with charts. We'll work a little bit with that. The Flux architecture, which React goes very well with. It's basically a store and state manager. Auth0, which is an authentication service that we'll be using to create a login app. Google Books API, MongoDB with MLab, which is a MongoDB remote service, and Axios and SuperAgent, which are HTTP modules that we can use with NPM. Alright, and these are just some of them. We will use other smaller modules that we'll install through NPM, as well as some other APIs as well. So the projects we'll be creating, the first one is going to be just a Twitter Bootstrap interface with different React components. It's really an introductory project just to get you familiar with encapsulation and components. Then we'll build a resume viewer template where we can take a JSON document and create a whole web template from it, an entire HTML5 template with multiple pages. Then we'll build a simple survey, a BMI calculator, a body mass index calculator that will take in a height and weight and tell you your body mass index. We'll build a dummy text generator using a lorem ipsum API that will generate dummy text and paragraphs for instance, if you want to build a website and you need some content. Flux Contact Manager will be a contact list that will be built with React and the Flux architecture. We'll use D3 to build a very simple bar chart. React Auth will be a login and authentication application using Auth0. React Tasks will be a task manager, and we'll use MongoDB with MLab. And then finally, we'll build a book finder app using the Google Books API. Alright, so that's what's in store. Hopefully you guys enjoy this course, and I'll see you in the first project.